What is going on, people? Thank y'all for tuning in to Vashawn Life. I am Vashawn. We are here at the Walter Jones Historical Park and Mandarin Museum. Now, I done did a video on this before, but that was on my old channel, and my old channel got hacked. So I lost all my subscribers and all my videos, so y'all definitely subscribe to this channel. But let's check out this Walter Jones Historical Park and Museum here in Jacksonville, Florida. And this is a beautiful place. Now, this guy used to run a lumber yard here 100 years ago, but now the Historical Society has kept it up. This is one spot. The real spot is back there, but when you come in, this is what they have. They have plants, herbs, everything is more in the back. This is one of the homes, and they have benches for y'all to sit down, eat, talk about what's going on. I normally do the back side. I normally don't do this side, so let's do this side here as well. So look at that. They're reading the Bible. Harriet Beecher Stowe in Mandarin. Brenda Money Council, sculptor, dedicated November 2024. In 1873, helped post-war vision of Florida. All right, beautiful, beautiful. And this is right here, St. John's Mission Schoolhouse of African American children. So African American children was taught in this building right here. This is the last remaining one-room schoolhouse in Duval County, built in 1898 on St. Joseph Church property on the corner of Loretta and Old St. Augustine Road. It was part of a community school begun in 1868. The Sisters of St. Joseph, a Roman Catholic religious order for Lisieux, France. School was open to all residents. Sisters' mission was established, and educational opportunities for black children. So black children was taught in this building right here back in the 1800s, and they keep a lot of foliage together, a lot of historical sites. Let me see if we can see anything. It's closed now, but I don't know if y'all can see inside. Can y'all see inside? Let me see on this side. Can y'all see what's going on inside? So, very historical place, very cool place. So let's keep this thing going and let's walk a little further to the back. Shout out to the ladies, St. Joseph. That's another water pump right there. You'll see another one when we get back there. Now, people always ask why I show a bunch of old stuff on my channel. The reason being because personally I love history. Personally, I love the older way of living, and I love for people to know where they came from and know that they have opportunities that most people didn't have. And I'm not talking about black and white. I'm talking about technology. Nowadays, y'all don't know how it feels to really work the fields, to really cut down trees and have to build your own log home. Y'all don't really know how it feels because y'all didn't have to do that. But these people didn't have no Lowe's, they didn't have no Home Depot on the corner, so they had to do all the work on their own. It's a beautiful pathway, nice and quiet. You can always bring your dog, but keep the place beautiful and clean. How you doing? Nice pathway, it's quiet. You can get out here and walk and think. And now this right here is the real Florida. This is how Florida looked when the Indians roamed the place. Not this, but the way the trees are, this is how Florida looked when the Native Americans roamed the place. And a lot of places they still trying to keep it, you know, nature feel, meaning that they'll build a community, but they'll build a nature preserve right next to it, so we won't cut down all the trees. I see that old house right there. That's old school. Another house. See what I'm talking about? How they had to go log for log. And a tin roof, which this tin roof right here, I guarantee you, this thing still not leaking to this day. Tin roofs are the thing. This frontier style log building once housed a wine-making operation in Mandarin, built in 1892 by Francis Frank Lasco. You know, now mind you, we have a Lasco Road right up the street from here on off of Old Augustine Road. So who knows? I think that road might have been named after him. And Lasco had a 7-acre sculpture, what's that called? I don't know, y'all pronounce it for me. Grape vineyard that produced enough grapes to make up to 40 barrels of wine per year. He was even beating Jesus making wine. So he used that. I'm sure this was like the grapevine. They redid it, of course. Look at that new wood. But I'm sure this is where they had the grapes hanging. And then, you know, he made his barrels of wine. All right, let's keep it moving through this beautiful, beautiful place. I mean, nice and quiet, nice and clean. I love it, y'all. This is the kind of place that everybody need to come when you want to get away from the world, get away from the hustle and bustle. And remember, the St. Johns River is right on the opposite side. They also have bathroom facilities here. They have water here. So they have water here, bathroom facilities here. It's a nice place to come, gather, do what you need to do. Now we're gonna walk around and walk to the big house over here. Now this is the house I normally always show, because this is the house I normally always come to right here. Now this is where he actually lived when he was doing his lumber. This is the house. And it's still quiet to this day. And this house is a different kind of house. Now mind you, y'all be careful because they got cameras. So y'all make sure y'all respect where you're at. The Major William Weld Walter Jones farmhouse. This house was built in circa 1875 for Major Williams Wirt Weld, a retired United States Army officer who served during the Civil War. The original structure consisted of central hall, a parlor, and 2 bedrooms surrounded on 3 sides by an open porch and connected by an open breezeway to the detached kitchen. We're gonna go check that out. So this is the home, beautiful home. This is the garden. They normally keep crops in, but look like to me right now they don't. But this is the home. This is where he kept lumber at, whether it be wood for heating or whatever they kept it for, but he kept stuff stored there. This is the house, and this right here is the detached kitchen. Look like those was the outhouses, but this was the detached kitchen. Y'all see the water pump? This is the same pump that Helen Keller learned her first word on. Water. It's the same pump that Helen Keller learned her first word on. But this is the detached kitchen. So his kitchen was behind the house, and as y'all can see, he had everything that he really needed: a lamp, stove, pots, everything that he needed to cook. And he was ready to go. He was ready to go. And look at that, even got a sponge there. And yeah, let's check this place out here. So he used to come out this way and go inside the kitchen, cook, and bring it back. Here, let me jump down. Let me jump down. And this was his home right here. Y'all see he got the pot right there. Now this right here was a sink before they had plumbing. So what you do is you fill this up with water, you pour it in here, and then you wash your hands before bed or wash your hands before dinner. And that's how you do it. And I see they got a sewing machine over there because, you know, like I said, it wasn't no mall, so you had to make your own clothes. Dresser, you got more pottery over that way. Bed. What we got up in here? Bedroom. Nice little bedroom. Nice little bedroom. Now mind you, back in those days it was super boring, but they didn't know no better. So to them, they had everything they needed to survive. Nowadays, I don't know if y'all can make it. This was the living room. See, he got everything he needed. He had an organ. You see the organ right there? He had a phonograph. Y'all see the phonograph over there? Chair. He got a chimney to stay warm. He got this front porch so that when the house get hot, because remember there's no AC, so when the house get hot, you can come out on your porch and stay cool. And look at everything to make it for your yarn, so that you can knit. He had everything he needed. Everything he needed to survive. And this is the front way of it. Y'all see the house pretty big. House was pretty big. Front door. Nice little hallway. I mean, these new houses now don't even have a hallway. These new houses now don't even have this square footage. Look how big this porch is. Another bedroom. So this was an awesome place to be. And we're gonna go out back. I'm gonna show y'all some of the tools that he had and the things you needed to survive back then. Old tin roof. Remember I told y'all? Old tin roof. Now you come back here, and this looked like something that he had animals in. Oh, yep. See, this is a chicken coop. See, the chicken house attached to a run pen was originally used by Jones family for his lamb flock, and it was restored by the museum volunteers using only old material found on the property. Oh, yeah. I like that. It looked like somebody haven't taken care of it in a while. See all this overgrown stuff and overgrown weeds. Even the leaves are sinking it in. I wish that they would redo it and start putting chickens back in here, so when people come, they can actually see how it really was. Now this is right here is where they used to cut lumber. This right here is the sawmill. Y'all see the sawmill? And you see how everybody used to work. That's a black man, that's a black man, that's a black man, that's a black man, that's a black man. That's a white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, black man, white man, white man. So they all used to work together. Apparently, after the Civil War, Mandarin depended heavily on the timber business, and many sawmills dotted the shoreline in the late 1800s. And this is where they cut, this is a sawmill. So you see this right here? It used to go back and forth, and all they did was take huge lumber, not those kind of trees, but they would take huge lumber, the straight ones. They would put it on there, and this machine would generate, and it would be a big belt right here, and it's another big belt. Y'all see the old one right there? And that's the belt right there. Y'all see the belt? And the belt will go around here, another belt will go around there, another belt will go around those two. And all they would do is just bring it back and forth, and they would have a big blade, and the blade would split it, and they would cut lumber. The blade would split it, and they would cut lumber. So that's how they used to do it when they used to work the sawmills back in the old days. And this right here was big technology back then. So when y'all think of technology, y'all think of handheld devices, but back then this right here was fully functional. And this what kept things going, this whole sawmill. They would just cut lumber, and I'm sure sell it to the locals, because that's how you need to survive. And over here, I believe this used to be a water pump or some sort. And you can put a mule or something on it, or a donkey, and they'll just go around. And you either a water pump, or it did it for grain, for grinding for grain. Right here, but definitely an animal was attached to that, and it went around and around and around. They call that horsepower, but you can call it donkey power, anything like that. And what we got over here, and over here we got some of the tools that was used for back in the days. Y'all see those saws? This is some of the tools. Now this right here is to pick up heavy logs. And this invention is a very cool invention. All you do is take those two pieces, you separate them, you put them together, and the more attention you put on the ring, the tighter these get, so that it would not drop the log. You put more attention on those, the tighter that get, and they will pick up heavy logs, or pick up things, and then you can just move them around with ease. And this is for cutting big logs, and you know, this cutting smaller ones, and this right here is a handheld when to cut. So these are some of the tools that they needed to survive back in those days. And here go another barn where they kept a lot of stuff in, and another place where they kept animals in. This is a beautiful place. I love coming here. 1876. And this right, y'all see that right there? That's where they used to pull things to get it upstairs. So they had a downstairs, outside. They maybe caught, I don't know whether they kept livestock in there or just supplies, but it's another barn. Let's see what they kept in there. This barn, constructed in 1876 for Major William Webb, was most likely built from reused lumber. It was used for storing farming implements and produce to be shipped. Oh, okay, so they kept everything in there, so when the people came from the river, and that's where we're gonna go to the river, they can easily grab, the boats can come in and they can easily grab things from the river, and then hey, ship it off, make your money, come home and relax, because it wasn't really nothing else to do. But let's go down to the river and let's see what we got going on here. Let's go down to the river and see what we got. Let's go see what we got down here. I'm telling y'all, this is a beautiful piece of property. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of property. And let's walk over here to the river, show y'all how he was living. He was an old Civil War veteran. No doubt he fought for the Confederacy, so I'm sure he was a Democrat, because he was a Confederate. But when he retired, he must have been a good soldier, because they honored him by building him a home on the river. Wonder how much this house cost back then. $300. Right here, St. John's River, an American Heritage River. The American Heritage River Initiative gives special recognition to outstanding stretches of America's rivers to further three objectives: natural resources, environmental protection, and economic revitalization. Shout out to the St. John's River. So let's go check the river out. So quiet and beautiful out here, y'all. I'm telling you. Look at this. Look at this. It is gorgeous out here. And of course, these are people who live on the river. Beautiful mansions. Mansions just line the river all the way down. Even on the opposite side, mansions just line the river. And this is the Mandarin side. That's the Orange Park side over there. And mansions just line the river. This is gorgeous. Nice and quiet and quaint. Imagine living out here. Imagine living this peaceful. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Well, people, that's pretty much the end of the video. I can end it right here. This is an awesome place to come if you want to come see some historical stuff, learn some history on Mandarin and old Jacksonville, and just get out to nature like I love to do. All right, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe for more, because I got many more videos coming, because I lost all of them due to some hikers. So y'all please subscribe, support me, share this video with anybody who love the old school. See you in the next video. Peace.